If you want to start or grow a highly profitable cleaning business without actually cleaning, then this is the video for you. And I'm going to teach you how to do it the right way, which will save you from all the bad and conflicting advice on the internet, as well as save you tons of time and money. I will also tell you my preferred client type for this model, and it's not what most cleaning business owners go after. And that is one of the keys to building a business that brings you not just tons of profit, but also peace. Then, like my coaching student Jackie here, you'll simply manage and oversee your cleaning business while others handle the actual cleaning. After watching this video, check out her story at the link below. But for now, let's get to work. The first thing I want to cover is an expression thrown around a lot in this industry, and that expression is remote cleaning business. So what is that, and does it actually work? Let's first answer what it is. The definitions can vary, but simply put, you operate a cleaning business, but you hire other people to do the actual cleaning, which allows you to focus your time and energy on growing the business. But it can also mean that you run the business from anywhere. And some teach that you should even start your business in a market you don't live in. Like you live in LA, but you start your business in Miami. So does it actually work? Let's take it one piece at a time. Of course, hiring others to clean in your cleaning business works. Businesses all around us hire others to fulfill the product or service the business provides. Coffee shop owners hire baristas. Restaurants hire servers. Grocery stores hire people to stock shelves and work the checkout lines. Next question. Can you run it from anywhere, even choosing a market you don't personally live in? Here's where things get interesting. You can, but that doesn't mean you should. So why do people teach this? 3 reasons. Number 1, if your market has a lot of competition, it seems like a smart way to get around that. But here's the thing, just because your market has a lot of cleaning businesses doesn't mean it has a lot of good cleaning businesses. And there is tons of demand in this industry. So trust me, there is plenty of work to go around. My first cleaning business was in a market of over 3 million people with tons of competition, and I still did multiple 6 figures per year. So when a coach or mentor tells you to do this, what they're really saying is this: I don't know how to teach you to be better than your competition, so let's just start a business somewhere else instead. Reason number 2 people teach this: it sounds good in their marketing, meaning it taps into the work from your couch or passive income lifestyle that everyone is after. But here's the truth. If your cleaning business is fully remote, you will have less control, lower profit margins, and the worst clients. And those bad clients will burn out your cleaners. And then you'll have to constantly hire new ones. This is actually one of the reasons people say it's so hard to hire in this industry. But the labor pool isn't the problem. The cleaning businesses themselves are the problem. Primarily these remote cleaning businesses. And to prove that, I have had cleaners working for me for over 7 years straight now, since I moved across the country and launched my second cleaning business. And I cannot even count the number of times my business has gotten incredible high-value clients because that client learned the owner of their prior cleaning provider wasn't local. You don't have to be the one cleaning, but business is about relationships. And the best clients want to work with the best businesses and the best owners, and they love supporting other locals. And reason number 3 people teach this fully remote model is because it works just enough to be believable. So if you're committed enough, you will get clients and make some money, but it is very hard to manage cleaners you've never met. Being remote also makes it hard to enforce quality, and you can't quickly fix issues when they arise, which leads to bad reviews and a damaged reputation. So in short, you're adding tons of unnecessary complexity to your business when it's far easier to just start a business where you live. And it's not only easier, but it's way more profitable too. Fully remote cleaning businesses will never hit the same revenue numbers or the same profit margins as a locally owned and managed one. And if you're thinking your market is somehow too small, well, my current cleaning business is in a town of just 6,000 people, and I have students all over the world in markets even smaller than mine, like Elizabeth, who lives in a tiny Canadian town north of the Arctic Circle. So in summary, starting a fully remote cleaning business, especially if you don't have prior experience in this industry, is like opening a restaurant in a city you've never been to. You can do it, but you're making everything 100 times harder than it needs to be, for literally no reason. So how can you actually make this model work then? And what is your earning potential? Well, while most remote cleaning business owners go after after one-time cleaning clients. We're going to go after recurring clients. And I'm sure some remote cleaning business owners do wind up with some recurring clients, but they fall short in one major way: lifetime value. This simply means how much you make from a single client during the entire time they use your business. And the reason this matters is it takes effort to land new clients in any business. So the higher the lifetime value of each client, the more your effort pays off. And tons of cleaning businesses will take any and every job they can get, sometimes to literally make $100 after paying their cleaners. Or quite often they make no money, or even lose money because of their advertising costs. But when you put the work in to build relationships, a single client can be worth tens and even hundreds of thousands of dollars to your business. As an example, take Shauna here, who renewed a $5,000 per month commercial contract. That's $60,000 a year. And if the client stays a client for even 5 years, then their lifetime value is $300,000. And that's even being conservative. Jessica, who is another coach inside my program, has had some commercial clients for around 20 years now. So would you rather make $100 off of each client or hundreds of thousands of dollars off of each client? The answer is obvious. And it's for this reason that commercial is my favorite client type to hire out. That doesn't mean you can't hire out residential cleaning too. I have many students who do, and they are very successful. In fact, Jackie, who I mentioned earlier, does a mix of both. But here's why I love commercial and where things get powerful. First, consistency. It's the same job on the same schedule over and over again. That makes it easier to train your team, easier to manage, and much easier to scale. Second, I already touched on, which is lifetime value. The LTVs of commercial clients are typically much higher than residential. That said, I have had residential clients with LTVs over $250,000, so there is still tons of potential there too. And third, simplicity. Most commercial jobs happen after hours, which means your cleaners aren't dealing with clients face to face. There's less emotion, less friction, and fewer problems. And that makes it much easier to hire out. Speaking of hiring, how does that part work? Well, here's where most people go wrong. They try to hire other cleaning business owners. And in theory, that sounds like a good idea. They supposedly already know how to clean, and they supposedly already have experience. But in reality, you're hiring someone who wants what you have. They want their own clients and their own successful business. So over time, they learn from you and then they leave. Or worse, they try to take your clients with them. So here's the key. You don't want someone who wants to run a cleaning business. You want someone who enjoys cleaning, but who wants nothing more than a stable and reliable job. Someone who wants consistent work, consistent pay, and a business they can rely on. Those are the people who stay. And when you pay them well, treat them well, and give them consistent work, retention becomes much easier. Like I said earlier, I've had many of my cleaners in my business for over 7 years now. And lastly, let's talk about the biggest mistake people make in this model, because this will break your business fast if you get it wrong: not charging enough. In the beginning, it's common to think you need to be cheaper because you're a new business, or you assume clients won't pay more. But that's called pricing based on fear. And pricing based on fear creates 3 problems immediately. First, you attract the worst clients, the ones who only care about price. Then you can't afford to pay great cleaners, which leads to constant turnover. And finally, your margins disappear, which means the business doesn't actually work. So what's the solution? You go after value-driven clients. These are people who value their time more than their money. Busy homeowners, business owners, property managers, people who don't want the cheapest option, but who want the best and easiest option. And when you position yourself correctly, these clients are everywhere. And if you do a good job once, they stay, which leads to the high LTVs we already talked about. So the benefits of this model are obvious. First, you don't have to clean. And for a lot of people, that's the biggest barrier to starting a cleaning business in the first place. The second reason is income. When you clean by yourself, your income is tied directly to your time. There are only so many hours in a day. But when you have a team, you're leveraging other people's time. That's how you go from making a few $100s a day to making $1,000 a day or more. And the third reason is freedom. Not just time freedom, but control. Control over your schedule, your income, and how big you want to grow. All of that said, you also don't have to hire out the cleaning if you don't want to. I once made 6 figures a year cleaning completely solo, and I did so only working about 30 hours a week. So you don't have to jump straight into this model, but with the right guidance, you certainly can. Both paths work. So if you've been thinking about starting a cleaning business or growing one you already have, but you don't want to do the cleaning, this is a very real path. And if you want my personal help building your cleaning business like this, with the exact systems I use for hiring, pricing, and landing high lifetime value clients, then click the link below to learn how to work with me directly. Or if you're not quite there yet, then watch one of these videos next. And always remember, more profit equals more freedom.